I guess we can start. So thank you all for attending. Today will be, I think we can manage to do it in 30 minutes. It will be an introduction to Lean Six Sigma. So what is this about? What are the different levels of the certification? How to obtain it? A preview at the end, and then Q&A. So we will start with a description of both Lean Six Sigma. Where can you use it? Why it can be important to you. Then we move on in detail in the certification, and I will show you the different steps and how the exam is structured. And then we conclude with just a preview of the single tools of the methodology. All right, so Lean Six Sigma, first of all, is a comprehensive methodology that is focused on improving processes and minimize waste and errors. In a company, in order to create competitive advantage, you have various levels. One of the levels on which even there is a branch of strategy working on it is operational excellence. Many consulting companies have an operation practice, but also non-consulting. So all industries usually have operations. Operation is what drives the business, so is actually the core of the business itself. And in order to standardize and implement best practices, there is a rigorous process which is collected altogether by the Lean Six Sigma methodology. This method was created by Toyota. The lean manufacturing system was created by Toyota after World War II. In Japan, there was no resources and they had a lot to reconstruct. So in order to do so, they really had to become smart and to implement ways to do more with less. And this is what Lean Six Sigma is all about. Really do more with less, focusing on waste. Operational excellence, as I was saying, is a branch of strategy and a practice within companies. I come from Amazon, and operational excellence was a strong practice that went together with the operation team producing and shipping packages. But you have operational excellence in any kind of company, in any shape or form. Usually, the operational experts in a company are called process engineers, but at some levels, they are even called master black belts. And this is an example that I had in Amazon. There is a function that is process engineering. They focus on create new processes and improve existing processes, and all of them are Six Sigma certified. Why do you need this kind of certification? A finance professional usually need the CFA, an accounting professional need an accounting certification, an operational professional, a person that want to improve operations, really need the operation certification. So there are few, let's say 5 levels of the Lean Six Sigma certification. There is also a white belt, which is the beginning part. And usually you find an expert of this in any kind of organization leading projects. White belt is just a person that has gone through the introductory course on Six Sigma. A yellow belt means that you understand the basics of Lean Six Sigma. Green belt is the first professionally recognized certification. So already a green belt adds a lot of value to your CV and shows that you know what you're talking about, and really can help you out in any kind of settings, both in consulting. So if you want to be a consulting specialist in the operation practice, for example, one operation which McKinsey is very strong on, or in a company if you want to start improving processes. But not only these two options, actually an operational excellence certification can help you out even in your normal part of the job. So in Amazon, I was a manager, a middle manager, and I was managing workers, but still This certification helped me out a lot because it gave me structure in my thinking. It gave me a detailed process on what to do, on how to improve things, and the tools to how to do it, both in order to develop the plan, execute the plan, and then present the plan. Operational excellence and Lean Six Sigma also give you a lot of tools that are very useful then to incorporate in your presentations to upper management. So it's a comprehensive system, and after the green belt, you're right to the black belt. Already a black belt certification give you the knowledge and credibility to lead and manage huge projects because you have undergone the full course of Lean Six Sigma. After black belt, there is the master black belt, and this is a level that is a little bit different than the others because in order to become master black belt, you need to have applied to a project all the knowledge that you have gotten in the previous level. So the master black belt is something that you are showing that you are applying it into your day-to-day job. And also the master black belt is also a job position, a job title. So until the black belt is our aim of all the participants in this call is to either reach a green belt or a black belt certification. They do not require the development of a project, so they can be done theoretically, even though there is a somehow exercise part, it's not just theory, but it's not applied to a real work project. Thus, it is achievable by us MBA students. So yeah, each level represents a different degree of understanding, but really already from a green belt up, you are credible within the organization. So you could really, green belt is already a plus if you're applying, for example, in consulting operation practice, for example, or in process engineering roles. So let's classify the benefits that you can get from operational excellence certification in 5 categories. So first of all, the most obvious one is career advancement. Middle managers that were working in operation were sponsored and pushed to obtain this certification for two reasons. First of all, the certification is not trivial to achieve, so the process is pretty structured to go through. There is some effort involved in it. And getting the certification actually show your commitment to operation, your commitment to the company, your commitment to improve yourself. And second of all, it's a certification that somehow allow you to differentiate yourself from the others, okay? Because you will have undergone a serious training, but you will also know the methods to be structured, to conduct and lead a project, and to improve operations. So this is why it will lead to career advancement for these two reasons: the commitment that you have put and you show, and the knowledge that you have gained. Second of all, improve business acumen and leadership abilities, especially the black belt. There is a serious project management section within it, showing you how to manage resources, how to manage different stakeholders. Thus, it's giving you some project management abilities. Third of all, stand out in the job market. It's not really a certification that many people have, even though it's really a value-enriching one. So definitely with a green belt, or even more with a black belt, you really stand out, especially if you're aiming towards any industry position, or if you're aiming to consulting in the operation practice. Having this kind of certification give you credibility and make you definitely stand out from the other profiles. Let's finish with 2 benefits that are for the company. That's why the company usually sponsor you to do this course when you do it within companies. Well, first of all, because it brings cost savings to the business. You become very efficient, you become very effective in finding waste and remove them. And you will want to apply your knowledge, to real world projects as soon as you have the certification, or you are undergoing the process to do it. Thus, organization really care about getting you with this certification because it adds value to them at the end. And also greater customer satisfaction. We will see at the end the different operational waste. And Lean Six Sigma is aiming and giving you the tool to reduce operational waste, all in the benefit of the customer. So Lean Six Sigma allow you to think in a different way, so to think customer based and not anything else based. So it's really allow you to shift from only looking at your task to looking at the tasks that add value to the company. What does it mean adding value to the company? It means doing something that the customer is willing to pay for it. If you're doing something that the customer is not willing to pay for it, it does not add value, you will remove it. And Lean Six Sigma training really allow you to focus on this and to understand this concept. So how to obtain the certification? The certification is obtained either through different companies that train you and then do you the course, or through the official channel, which is the official council for Six Sigma certification, which is the global council that produce the certification and also produce the training material. So this deck that I'm now showing you, I will share it to you, so you will have this link. And through this link, you can access both the training material, which are different PDFs for all the different kind of belts that you want to achieve, and the link to the exam file. And now I will give you a preview of the content of Six Sigma. At the end, though, we will keep 5 to 10 minutes with Q&A, so we can go through your questions. Now, as far as Lean Six Sigma, as I was mentioning before, it gives you different skills. So first of all, operational excellence, practical analytical skills to solve and identify and solve problems. Second of all, it gives you skills regarding project management. So how to create a project, how to initiate a project, how to be agile, and how to implement it and finalize it. All of the Lean Six Sigma follow peculiar trains of thoughts, okay? So it follows a model and a methodology. And for each step of the methodology, it gives you the tool and shows you the tools, how can you use them, what are they, and how to apply them. So the methodology that the exam follows is the methodology of the DMAIC model. This is a project management tool model, but within each phase, there are several steps and tools that you learn. So first of all is the define phase, where you identify the problem and identify the stakeholders. In this phase, the Six Sigma course give you tools to learn about project charter, SIPOC diagrams, and which maps suppliers' input and outputs of your process, all linked to the customer. So general mapping tools for you to start a project. The second step is the measure phase, where you need to collect the data to then move forward with the analysis. And in here, you get a set of tools, which are tools like process mapping, the process map, where it shows you how to create one and how to use one to collect data and to be sure that you have all the data you need. Then you move forward to the analysis phase, and here you try to go to the root cause of the problem. In this phase, Six Sigma give you a set of tools, all explained in detail. The first tool is the fishbone diagram, where you have a set of categories that all bring to a root cause. This is a great diagram used to break down complex problems. And the other one is the 5 whys, in which you start with a problem and you say why, and you say why, and why 5 times, until you go to the root cause of the problem. And this is where you will then do actions. After the analysis, you will do the improvement phase, in which you develop, test, and implement solutions addressed to the root cause of the problem. Here, the goal is to really tackle the problem that you have found in the analysis phase, and you get some tools on how to tackle it, which are, for example, the development of a pilot study or a pilot experiment to test your assumptions and to see if you're going the right direction. After the improvement part, you have the control part. So you need to sustain the improvement over time. And you get some tools on how to do it. So for example, some control charts, some parameters, some how to track variations, what variation mean, and to understand if a process is under control or not under control. Good. So these are the free tools that me in my job I applied constantly whenever there was a problem. First of all, it's a fishbone diagram where you try to ramificate all the different components of a problem. Then the 5 whys, where you go really in depth to each kind of category of problems. And then the Pareto tools. So once you have found out the possible root cause, you need to try to find the 20% factors that give 80% of the outcome, and then you work by removing or toning down or fixing those 20%. So this is actually how you carry out the majority of projects. And me, my personal experience, I've used it quite a lot. It's both a good tool for you to be structured and to find actually the root causes, and it's a good tool to focus only on your resources on really what matters. Plus, it's also good to present to stakeholders and to make them understand what happened and what's the solution. So we conclude now to give you by giving you an overview of what Six Sigma wants to reduce, and the common thread is project management, process improvement, but waste reduction with the customer in mind. There are here they are 8 because there is one additional waste, but traditionally there were 7 operational wastes. The first operational waste is transport, so movement, and within the Six Sigma course you will understand what does transport and waste of movement means and how to fix it. Motion, so unnecessary movement of people, transportive movement of goods. Overproduction is a waste, making more than what the next process needs. Defects, every kind of defects and scraps are a kind of waste that need to be reduced. And all of these 8 waste are directly linked to reduce in customer value. So inventory, having inventory is a waste, and through the Lean Six Sigma course, you will understand what does it mean to have inventory, what does it mean to have stocks of goods, what does it mean to have, how to reduce them with preserving the customer experience. Waiting is another kind of waste. Waiting could be waiting between processes, or for example, waiting for suppliers to deliver, or any kind of waiting in an organization, also called idle time. Overprocessing, which is a little bit different than overproduction. Overprocessing means doing activities that do not add value to the customer. So, for example, doing 2, 3, 4 times checks or manual fixing that are not needed. And skills, so not really utilizing people at their maximum, so wasting their talent is still another kind of waste that impacts directly the customer. So now we are towards the end of the presentation. The Lean Six Sigma white to black belt is attached to this PowerPoint. So if you see, okay, yeah, it's still attached to this PDF, so you will have it with you, and you can, if you want to do it in autonomously, you can go through it and try to do the exam by yourself. This is the QR code for the Industry Club group. So let's end it here a little bit early. Thank you very much for the participation. Appreciate it, and have a good end of period of P3. Bye bye, guys.